Good day, ladies and gentlemen. For today's topics, we will be having finding the percentage, finding the rate, and finding the base. So before I start discussing anything, I want to ask you a question. What is the 50% of 500 reals? So what we have to do is times 50% to 500. So how will you exactly times 50% to 500? If you've seen my previous videos, you could see how I discuss on how to turn percentages into decimals and how to turn decimals into percentages. So what's our first step here? We have to turn 50% into a decimal form. So what we have to do first is move the percentage sign 2 times to the left and add a 0. And then we take the 0.50 and times it to 500. And then 250 will be the answer. So the final answer will be the 50% of 500 reals is 250 reals. So you might be asking, what is this rate, base, and percentage? I'll explain to you, don't worry. So 50% is our rate, 500 reals is our base, and 250 is our percentage. And you might be also asking, why is there a times sign there? And why is there an equals sign there? Don't worry, you're going to know everything in a bit. So let's start first by discussing the terms and their meaning. So let's start with the word rate. Rate is also called percent, which has a percentage sign. And base is the original amount, usually comes after the word of. And lastly, percentage is the part or portion of the base usually besides the word is. So can we go back and check our first example? So now that you know the terms and their meaning, we can clearly see what we were talking about. 50%, which has the percentage sign, is our rate. And 500 reals is close to the word of, so that's our base. And 250 reals is our percentage. Why? Because it's close to the word is. But let me help you understand this more better. So here's our formula. P over R times B. So if you're looking to find the percentage, you have to times rate and base together. And if you're looking for the rate, you have to divide percentage by the base. And if you're looking for the base, you have to divide percentage to the rate. But you might be asking, wait. How does this exactly work? Don't worry, I got more examples for you. So let's look into our first example. What is 20% of 300? So the first step that I want you to do is look for the missing term. So let's look at what we have. We have 20%, which has a percentage sign, and that will be our rate. And we have of 300, as you can see the word of 300. So we can surely know that 300 is the base, and we're looking for the percentage. So what we have to do to find the percentage is we can use the help of our formula. So since we are looking for the percentage, what do we need to do? We have to times the rate by the base. So as you can see there in our first example, 20% is our rate and 300 is our base. So we have to times 20% by 300. So 0.20 times 300, that will give us 60. So 20% of 300 is 60. That will be our final answer. And for our second example is, what percent of 24 is 12? So as you can see, we have the word of again, of 24. So 24 will be our base. And we can also see is 12. The word is there. So when the word is there, we know that that's the percentage. So what are we trying to find? The rate. So let's look at our formula. How can we find the rate? So it's going to be percentage divided by base. So since 12 is our percentage and 24 is our base, we have to divide 12 by 24, which is equivalent to 0.50. So what you have to do is move the decimal point 2 times to the right and add a percentage sign, and that will give you 50%. So the final answer will be 50% of 24 is 12. And for our final example, the number 15 is 20% of what number? So as you can see, we have 20%. It has a percentage sign. So that will be our rate. And we have 15 is. So the word is there. So 15 will be our percentage. So what are we looking for? We are looking for the base. So let's look at our formula paper. So since we are looking for the base, what should we do? We have to divide percentage by rate. So 15 divided by 20%. So what you have to do is change the 20% into decimal form. So you have to move the percentage sign 2 times to the left and add a 0. So 15 divided by 0.20 will give us 75. So that means 75 is our base. And our final answer will be the number 15 is 20% of 75. I hope you liked the video and found it interesting. Please leave a subscribe button and thank you for watching.